Hi gentlemen, today's going to be an exciting video. We're going to be talking about how to make a woman chase you without the games. And it's coming from a woman and a therapist, so it's a good mixture of logic and modern understanding of female psychology mixed in with obviously what I believe as a therapist is healthy, not manipulative, but shying on a little bit of fun and flirt and a little bit of personal growth, call it. So, you want her to chase you, not because you obviously want to play games, and that's what we're here for today. But what men really want, and I know most humans want this when it comes to the early stages of dating in general, romantic relationships, is you want mutual desire. That special word, not desire, mutual desire, mutual respect, mutual choice. I want to be with you and you want to be with me. Mutual alignment. And it's not always very easy because not everything is set out in words. And attraction isn't magic though. It's actually very predictable, and it's a very predictable human behavior that was shaped by evolutionary psychology, evolutionary changes and adaptations, and the behaviors that you can observe actually drives social patterns. It drives social patterns, and what precedes it is people learn these social patterns. So in today's video, I'm going to break down 6 things that you can kind of consistently follow and understand a little bit more so that women in your vicinity, whether that be from a dating app or at the gym or at the supermarket or at a social event or at a dinner party that your boys are having, and you know there's a couple of single ladies there that you're kind of interested in. So these ladies will start noticing you and somewhat pursue you, but most importantly, give them the space to gain that mutual desire that is extremely important. That, quite frankly, I see a lot of gentlemen miss the mark. Hello everyone, my name is Christy. I am a therapist and a relationship coach, but most of all, I am just on a mission to create a platform and a community of people that are intrinsically motivated for self-improvement, but more importantly, helping men understand that they do not need to always read a woman's mind, play games, manipulate, or feel like they cannot be vulnerable in order to have a relationship that doesn't lose its power, that you don't lose your power. Because at the end of the day, most of the times, one of the biggest fear when it comes to romantic love or relationships in general for men is that you get used. And so I want this platform to be focused on advocating for men, advocating for the importance of therapy, and advocating for what is important for you gentlemen to understand. What is important for you gentlemen to understand is that your identity and your own clarity of who you are as a person, as a man, is more important than any games or tricks that you can play in order to get the girl. So welcome. If you're old here, welcome back. Do me a favor and hit that like button and comment down below what was the last video that you watched and what happened since then. Did you put some of the information into action? Did you reflect on a life event that resonated with you and you had a revelation? I want to know down below. Really helps me understand what kind of content you guys like watching and you guys are actually growing from. And if you're new here, welcome. I'm obviously Christy. If you like content like this and you find that these videos are very helpful, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, smash that subscribe button, hit that like button, and comment down below what brought you here. What stage in your romantic journey are you? Are you single, ready to mingle? Are you in a relationship, but kind of turbulent? Are you married very happily, or are you married and things can improve and there's some struggles in there? So comment down below. Where are you at? what's your experience with love? And before I begin, I want to tell you guys that we are growing our therapy team. We are obviously a mental health practice that is slowly starting to grow its team, but I've been very particular with who I bring onto our team and our practice because, as you know, there isn't a mental health practice, or it's very rare to have a mental health practice that solely focuses on serving men. And so prior to even taking someone onto our team or seeing whether or not that they are qualified and all of the credentials, of course, I'm very specific with finding therapists who are extremely mission driven, knowledgeable of male psychology, knowledgeable about the blind spots in our mental health system when it comes to men who've actually gone to therapy and didn't like it. And so I'm very excited to tell you our team is growing very slowly, and I like the pace because I don't like fast pace, because that's when quality diminishes and the passion gets lost and the mission and the purpose gets lost. And so I'm very excited to tell you we're growing. If you're interested and wanting to try therapy for the first time, start detangling all of the confusions and the emotions that you have in your head, or the struggles or the past patterns and the habits and the repetitive ruminating thoughts in your head, and you want someone to just step in and help you untangle that a little bit, you can book a consultation with one of our therapists. The link is in our description, or you can easily visit our website, click the Get Match button, and we can help you match you up with a therapist that may be more aligned with what you're looking for. But do be prepared. There is a lot of questions because everyone is obviously special. And so take your time to answer those questions, because the more specific you are, the easier it is for us to actually match you up with a therapist. So first off, today we're going to be talking about 6 different steps that you're going to be following or reflecting on in order to actually somehow, but not manipulatively, attract more women to you or have women chase you. They're not going to be running towards you, but we all love a good tagline, right? The 3 ideas, or the 3 frameworks that I'm going to be drawing from, is going to be woven together in this video, but it is a combination of modern attraction psychology or strategies, how people signal value in the modern world, relational erotic intelligence, how closeness and desire interact, and most importantly, meaning and competence focused psychology, how responsibility and competence make people more attractive, especially men. And I won't name names overall about where I grabbed all these references from. It is mostly science-based, but a little bit of my personal opinions in there, so that's just a quick disclaimer. Just use these tools as you will and take what I say always with a grain of salt, because I have blind spots too. I'm biased all of the time, but I always look to different people and what different people say to challenge my thoughts in order to learn something, because I don't want to be blindsided at the end of the day. So after doing all that research, this is what I've come up with. So let's start with step number 1. And I'm using very data-driven and science-based words. So if you don't really understand what I'm talking about, you can quickly Google it. But I'm using very logical and easy to understand words in terms of the data-driven way, so you can understand kind of how to manipulate the changes of your behaviors, okay? So step number 1 is what I describe as upgrade your baseline. And what that means is competence and appearance. So you've probably heard a lot of men and even women say, if the guy is rich, he can do anything. Now, I beg to actually differ. Money is a byproduct of doing something in which solved a problem for society that your customer didn't want to or didn't have the knowledge to solve themselves. And so, or it could be a skill that is extremely hard to come by, make it the one of a kind, Kobe Bryant, and you gain money from that, right? And obviously, Kobe Bryant is extremely competent in his basketball skills, right? I mean, I don't play basketball, but it's probably one of a kind. And so, step number 1 of how to actually make a woman or women chase you is you need to think about both your competence and your appearance together. No model looking 6-foot guy is going to just be able to get any girls if his competence baseline is very low. No very competent, very intelligent man without taking care of his health or taking care of his aesthetics is going to naturally and genuinely attract desire from a woman. And I'm just saying it for what it is. So if you want the special McDonald's combo pack, step number 1 is increase your baseline and think about things that are a little bit surface level, your appearance, but don't go overboard, and your competence. And this is all backed up by evolutionary psychology, and this is what I'm mostly passionate about, so give me some time to explain the reasons behind this. Evolutionary psychology gives us a baseline. Humans notice competence and health without even talking to you. That doesn't mean you have to be perfect all of the time or you have to be this egotistical, loudmouth guy. It means being clearly competent and intentional with everything that you choose to do and how you structure your own life and what you value for yourself, the standards you uphold for yourself. So, very quick little things that I would always tell clients to focus on when they're just starting to increase their baseline or their standards is obviously, number 1, have an art or a skill, an area of competency that you want to master in, okay? Not getting a master's degree. I mean, it could mean that. I mean, I have that. However, though, you want to be a mastery at a skill that is something that could be vastly common in your industry, but be the best at it. Never engage in anything that you call your livelihood if you're going to somehow half-ass it, okay? And that's just what my belief systems lie, and so you may disagree, but if you're going to do anything, I always say, if you're going to dedicate your life to something, it feels really good to actually be really good at it and competent. So that's something I always tell clients, okay? Number 2 is much easier, and obviously it comes with the appearance. Move your body. And I always say, every single day, focus on doing one thing that actually gets your body moving. Do something for your body. And this could start off with just a walk, but if you're a very athletic dude, this could mean runs in the morning, swimming, going to the gym, walking your dog for a little bit longer, okay? So do something every single day that is going to make you feel good and then look good, because everybody likes to actually feel good in the clothes that they wear, right? And the body that they're in. So that's very important. And I don't think that's any therapy that is going to help break it down, but obviously there's some logic to it and also some insecurities that can prevent you from doing that. And so that could be something that therapy can help you in. Number 3, do the grooming checklist. So basically just do groom. It's not something that women don't notice. Women do fall in love with personal trainers for a reason, okay? But not marry them, possibly, if they are not competent in general, right? Sorry, I'm being very blunt in today's video, but do the grooming checklist, trim your beard, right? Whether you are a trimmer or a shaver, trim it off. Neat hair, clean nails, get the face wash, get the lotion, get the anti-aging stuff. It doesn't hurt to get a little bit of products that make you feel like it's actually going to make you feel good, right? So it's very important. And very, 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 the highest level question that I get from clients is style, outfits. I mean, get outfits and t-shirts that fit you well, okay? It's more important that you focus on your health and your fitness a little bit more than the clothes that you wear. Because gentlemen, I'm going to be honest, you have it so much easier than women when it comes to clothes. And us women are not picky when it comes to clothes. A good, nice fitting t-shirt, a good pair of jeans or trousers that look good on you, we're not picky. But if they're wrinkly, they kind of smell, you don't really feel like, you feel good in it, or you're pulling it down, it doesn't feel good all the time and you're eating, then that's what we notice more than the brand of the t-shirt, okay? But yeah, fit in a couple of brands here and there, but don't go overboard, right? It's nice to wear nice things sometimes, and they probably last a little bit longer. Some of them do. And very last one is pick a hobby. Not an area of competence, okay? A hobby. A hobby that you feel like is something that gets you excited, whether that be fishing. I have guy friends who will talk for ages and hours about fishing rods, and they're passionate about it. Their childlike self comes out. They get all giddy and they laugh. And that's the energy that I want you to feel more. And that's starting by having an actual hobby, whether that be going to the gun range and things like that. I don't know if YouTube allows me to say that. Find something that's uniquely special to you that gets you excited. It's not so much about what kind of hobby you choose, but having a hobby that makes you feel and behave and react in a certain way is very attractive to women, believe it or not. We notice it. So why does all of this stuff works? Competence signals that you can add value and resources to a relationship, and obviously appearance is attractive. I mean, women like appearance too. And so that's step number 1. Increase your baseline in your competence and appearance, okay? Be intentional about it, right? Step number 2, build internal security and reduce neediness, okay? Not omit it. It's still good to be needing things, needing help, needing respect, needing support, needing love, needing sex from your partner or other things from the people around you that you care about, right? But don't be overboard, okay? People chase what they can't own. Take that in. If you're a chaser, people chase what they can't own or they don't own yet. Neediness kills chase because it removes any sense of choice, any sense of freedom of choice, any sense of mutual desire. So try this next time, okay? Own your calendar. Block off at least 2 evenings a week for your friends or your hobbies, okay? Stay away from love during those blocks, okay? Do things that is going to build less need for love, attention from your girlfriend or your wife, attention from women. Oh, what does she think? Attention from social media, attention from the likes that you get, or attention from your ex. Do things that decreases neediness. Second one is very obvious, but is hard to do. Practice saying no in small ways. Start off with the small things. You don't have to be rude, just be clear. No, I don't want to go to that event. No, I don't feel comfortable doing that. Start off with little things at work and then let it slowly increase, okay? In terms of severity, I guess you could say. Third one is daily micro habits. You have no idea how attractive a disciplined man is, okay? Daily micro habits are extremely important. Before you text her back, wait 30 to 60 minutes, or more importantly, when she texts you and you know for a fact there is a lot of things on your plate, it's okay to wait 30 to 60 minutes to text her back. But if she happened to catch you at a lunch break and you're just eating away and you're chilling, yeah, text her back right away. Having habits that is going to be centered by the priorities in your life are magnetic, and it goes a long way, okay? You don't have to manipulate the 30 and 60 minutes. If you don't have anything to do, just answer her. But if you know you have a long day ahead of you, it's okay to answer her in a couple of hours even, and just tell her that you've been very busy, right? And that kind of tests her emotional regulation too. So why does this work specifically? Scarcity, but in a very genuine way, where, gentlemen, you're prioritizing the things that are more important during the day than giving a woman attention right away. Scarcity and certainty are different, okay? Scarcity of attention plus certainty of yourself equates to attraction, equates to attractive independence. So let me repeat this. The scarcity of attention, but the certainty within your own self and security within your own self is extremely attractive. And I know that I told you I wouldn't tell you to play games, but the way I'm describing why the surface level definition of the games that you might have grown up with, right? Your guy friends telling you, no, don't text her right away, right? Why sometimes it can kind of work, but I'm telling you to do it and reflect on it in a way that sits well and is consistent and manageable for you, which is certainty within yourself and providing attention when it suits you. If you're free, text her. If you're not, don't. It's very simple. Step number 3, create high-value social presence, status without arrogance. Okay? And I've just said it out loud. The big word that everybody hates. Status. However, though, in evolutionary psychology, status has always been a thing that is highly valued, highly measurable, highly competitive to obtain, and always what drove human behaviors, especially men. And so it's important to say that it's important because it drives human behavior. And so create high value social presence by creating status without the arrogance. And I call that the second combo pack at McD's. It's the best Happy Meal that you can get. Humans are social animals. We are species, by the way. We're mammals, okay? And confidence plus social proof increases desirability. More importantly, confidence with humility, but backed up social proof increases desirability. It provides that vibe that you are inviting, you are a chooser, and you are the one that is extremely desirable. Okay, so here are some action steps that you can actually do in order to inject this into your life, into any life and any man's life, even your friend's life. Okay, number 1 is posture and your voice matters, believe it or not. Okay, improve your posture and your voice by noticing how you walk, how you talk, and looking at it a little bit more and reflecting on it. Is your chest a little bit low and you need to kind of perk it up? Is your shoulders a little bit low and you need to back it up a little bit? And speak a little bit slower. Don't be afraid of the pauses or thinking a little bit before you actually say anything or react. Practice sentences aloud daily and notice any filler words or as or words that you might not have even wanted to say, or sentences you might not have even wanted to say just because you were a little bit anxious about your thoughts. Okay, so extremely important, and I think that improves your signal for status and intelligence quite easily. Number 2, Lead in small social moments. Now, I'm not telling you to be controlling or egotistical. You don't have to order food for the entire table. However, though, once in a while, you might be able to do that, all right? You might want to do that, right? You can organize some group events, group barbecues, introduce people to each other that you feel like can add value to each other's life, tell a short story, start a new topic that is interesting, that the group can vibe with and add towards. Don't be afraid to start with small social leadership. Very attractive, whether it just be with your guy friends. It will move over to events that have both genders, right? That might have a single lady. And so practice. Take a little bit of lead. Don't just talk all the time and be that annoying person that talks all the time. But have a fine balance of staying quiet but taking a lead sometimes. Very, very hot. Very last one is one that I think will hit a lot of people close to heart, especially if you were brought up in a very conservative upbringing that taught you arrogance is a big no-no, ego is a big no-no. I would like to say the last one is do have a gentle ego, but not an inflated one. Ego is extremely important for you to have any sense of self-confidence. And so, for instance, you can share your wins and your accomplishments casually, but not brag about it or boast about it or make people feel bad about it. But you can say it. It's attractive. It's important. It means that you are proud of what you do and you want people to know, but you're not trying to make them feel worse, right? And so, yes, do have an ego. So why does this all work, okay? So why does this work, and why does the douchebag that doesn't get the deeper meaning behind their games and tricks most of the times lose to girl after? For the mere fact that people like to have shortcuts, okay? But people can smell disingenuous people from a mile away, and women can as well. And so that's why. And this obviously works because social status and genuine people who are on a mission to better people, create communities, challenge you to grow and learn as a human being and as a community. True leaders that are here to learn and listen are extremely attractive, and it is a proponent of status or someone who is of a higher status. And so you can start today, right away, and others will gravitate towards you, not just women. But yes, women will notice you too. So we've hit a point in the video where I've noticed that I've talked a lot about behaviors. Now, I do know behaviors are hard to change if you have certain traumas and triggers and cognitive thoughts that are allowing you to or enabling you to ruminate and sabotage you. So if you're someone that has trauma, and we all have trauma, okay, or some sense of ruminating anxiety or fear that prevents you from actually doing things that you want to do or changing the behaviors that you want to change or being the man that you want to be. If while I'm saying this, a lot of these action steps or these behavioral changes that I'm telling you to try to embark on ignites a sense of fear in you, do believe that is a signal for what therapy can actually help you do. Okay? Therapy gives you practical tools to calm the anxious parts of your human brain and your drives and your habits, and it strengthens your sense of identity and clarity within yourself by kind of forcing you and challenging you to notice the emotional presence or lack of emotional awareness or regulation that you have within your everyday mind. So if that's something that you're interested in doing, please click the link in our description and you can book a consultation with one of our therapists, okay? But gentlemen, these behaviors in general increase attraction in a general sense. So practice. Step number 4, master intrigue and contrast. I don't think any relationship coach has broken this down. People say mystery, right? People say stay elusive. But what I view it as is intrigue and contrast. So attraction requires a sense of, I don't know you fully yet, but I kind of want to know more. Mystery and contrast. Maybe you're extremely authoritative and assertive, but then you suddenly just burst out laughing with a childhood giggle, and that increases your sense of contrast and mystery. Routine and full transparency wipe out erotic tension. If you're just giving it your all, revealing to the whole world and all of your friends that you're unilateral and you're one-sided, then it doesn't really build any erotic tension. But more importantly, what I like to challenge my clients on are, there's probably parts of you've stopped yourself from exploring, or you haven't explored yet. How are you so sure that you are showing up as your genuine self? Have you not explored anything else? Because if you did, then I'm sure there will be some contrasts in there. Not that you're two-faced, but everybody has different avatars that they bring forth in order to allow them to be successful or survive in certain social contexts at work versus you going to visit your parents. You might not want to say that you were coming home late from a drinking fest last night, right? And so show the different sides of you. Very important. But just because you went drinking and you don't tell your parents that you went drinking doesn't make you a bad son. Action steps, and I'm going to do this very quickly. Have a life she doesn't fully know. And what that means is interests, plans, friends, shared layers in which she allows her to ask questions about. Yeah, I'm out with some friends going fishing. Honor that gap. Don't give too much and see if she's going to ask you questions. Oh, with who? How do you fish? What kind of fish? What kind of lake? What kind of ocean? I don't know. I'm not a fisher, okay? Or even more complicated things, right? I don't know what you guys do, but don't give everything away. Let her work for the information that she's curious about. Number 2, be slightly unpredictable in a positive way. So that means sometimes you can be spontaneous, right? Text her in the afternoon and say you are planning to get tickets to a concert. Does she want to go? Last minute, right? A small surprise. Go bungee jumping randomly. I have no idea, right? Be unpredictable in a healthy way, in a positive way. Things that are positive. Don't be spontaneous or unpredictable in unhealthy ways, right? Like play with the texting games and your feelings and telling her you don't like her when you actually do, telling her you don't want a relationship when you actually do, or telling her you want a relationship when you actually don't, right? Like, don't be unpredictable with things that are extremely important and hurtful or potentially damaging to someone's life. However, be spontaneous with things that are positive, right? Like your personality, like your giddy self, right? And very lastly, use the curious pause. And this is more so for verbal conversations. And you can probably tell that I am the type of person to pause and slow down my pace when I talk to you guys. Because I do believe there are certain words that I would like to deliver a little bit more concretely and efficiently. And so I'm going to take my time. And so the curious pause after she asks something, or after I say something right now, makes you actually go, wait, what? Is she going to say something? Right? And that's really important. When she asks you something, feel free to actually just look at her for a couple of seconds and then answer briefly after. It's really attractive. It means and shows that you're somewhat in control, but you're also reflective. And yeah, what more can I say? I mean, if I ask something and you think about it, rather than just reacting, go, 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 I feel like that person is stoic, gender aside. It doesn't matter. So why does this work? Obviously, when it comes to romance and erotic tension and sexual tension, curiosity sustains a level of chase. Curiosity allows that person the opportunity to ask you more questions or ask you out on more dates or be more curious, get more information from you. And so mystery invites a sense of effort and need to get that information. And so very important. Now, step number 5 of how to get a woman to chase you a little bit more in a healthy way: balance connection with autonomy. Can we say this out loud? Balance connection with autonomy. Now, there's a very popular term or trend when it comes to codependency being a horrible thing, or being independent as also a very cold, callous thing. I would say right now, they're both extremely important if they're united together. Yes, your autonomy is extremely important. However, if your autonomy is extremely important, and if you're unable to be dependent on someone at all, or want connection or need connection, it's very unhealthy. But if you are the type of person to be completely codependent, you can't do anything by yourself, you have no sense of self-thoughts or self-opinions or your own opinions or your own judgment at the end of the day without your partner, now that's an issue. So step number 5 is balance connection with autonomy. Relational science overall has studied this for quite some time. You can call it evolutionary psychology. And this has showed that desire as a variable peaks when there's a fine balance between dependency or intimacy and independence. Too much closeness too fast kills desire, but too little also kills attachment. Let me repeat that. Too much closeness too fast kills desire, but too little kills attachment. Now, desire and attachment together as a combination is the perfect combo pack for a committed, long-term, healthy, happy, high sexual tension relationship, okay? You need both desire, right, and attachment. Attachment drives care, love, support, all the serotonin-driven emotions, that feeling in your heart when that person might be in need of you or needs your help or in danger. But too much closeness or desire, too much closeness that decreases desire in general is what creates erotic tension and sexual tension, right? So yeah, very important. Here's one action step I want you gentlemen to follow as a high-level example of what this means in your everyday life, or how it can be embedded in your everyday life, even texting. And this is what I call the push-pull effect when you're communicating to women. So first off, you want to connect emotionally, then you want to reconnect to your life. And it goes like this. I loved seeing you tonight, but I'm off to bed because I need to wake up early to train tomorrow. So secure, so calm, so stoic, so hot. How could I say more, right? Try that a little bit more. Remember, connect emotionally, then reconnect to the priorities in your life, and don't be afraid to tell the woman in your life. Very hot, and it makes her chase you. It'll make her want more. Step number 6, very last step, lead with clear intention and respectful escalation. Women often chase men who show clear, calm intention, not aggressive manipulation. Whether you be completely cold and you get the woman to chase you in the beginning, but then completely abandon you, the women that are not healed, obviously, and not healthy and very toxic in their own ways. But yes, the cold, callous, manipulative man in the beginning might get a woman to chase her, or when he's very hot, then very cold. Yes. But if you want a healthy woman to respect you but chase you a little bit and feel safe in showing you some of her interests and intentions, calm, clear intention is very important. So, for instance, here are some action steps. Make specific plans and just leave it. Hey, so dinner is going to be at 7 on Friday tonight, and I know you're going to love the place. Are you going to come? You're going to wear a hot dress? Escalate physically with consent by light touches and read her response. Mirror it. If she leans in, you lean in, okay? If she reciprocates, reciprocate, okay? Initiate light touch, but if she doesn't reciprocate, back off. You don't have to ask, can I have your consent? I know that doesn't work like that in real life. And very lastly, and one in which is so attractive for the right woman and gets the right woman to actually chase you, is when a man is honest with what he wants. He's honest with the level of closeness he wants or the level of what he's looking for, okay? I like you. Hear this, okay? I like you and I want to see this a little bit further, but I'm going to be busy these couple of days, so why not we plan something on Saturday? Or I like you and I feel like we had a really great time. I'm quite busy these couple of days, but how about we plan something for Sunday? And it'll be a surprise. Be honest with what you want and what you feel. Connect back to your life and tell her when she's going to see you again. So hot. So hot. Gentlemen, remember, everything that I'm saying today is not about games or tricks or being manipulative. It's a way to build yourself and act ethically in a way that builds your standards and confidence and clarity in your own identity and who you are as a person. Because more importantly, the more you're able to sit truly and securely within yourself and be aware of the dysfunctional habits that you're actually implementing in your dating life or your dating strategy, is more important than in improving that and fixing that, is more important than getting the girl. So no, this is not a manipulative video. This is me telling you to be more aware of what you're doing, fix the things that is embedded by insecurities or games, and show up a little bit more authentically, okay? So that wraps up my video for today. I hope you found this video helpful and clear. And if you have any questions, you can comment down below. But if you want help applying some of these strategies, or you already feel like as I was talking you're gonna have some struggles applying these strategies, you feel like you want to explore therapy, you want to explore a little bit of how therapy and relationship coaching together can actually kickstart your romantic life or improve your romantic life to finding someone who's genuinely desiring you, genuinely caring towards you, and genuinely cares about your soul and your well-being and attracted to you. Remember, mutual desire. If you have some reservations in believing that you can do that yourself, you can feel free to book a consultation with one of our team members. Remember, the link is in our description down below, and you can click follow the prompts, and very excited to meet you. Okay? So until next time, my name is Christy. Bye. Get those girls to chase you. Let's go.
Hi everyone, if you enjoyed our content, don't forget to follow us on TikTok and IG where we post daily, and YouTube where we post weekly.